continuity. So, yeah, I'm particularly excited, I've got to say, to see how Lucas Torreira fits in with this Arsenal side. I do believe, given what I've seen of him so far, that he is a potential game changer.
Lucas Torreira and Granit Xhaka, his first appearance in this pre-season after the World Cup. It's an intriguing engine room in central midfield, isn't it?
It does, and I'm interested to see whether it's a 2 in a 4-2-3-1 with Xhaka and Torreira sitting, maybe Alex Iwobi just in front, or whether it'll be a 4-3-3 with Torreira sitting and Xhaka slightly more advanced and Iwobi tucked in to a central attacking midfield berth, which I actually feel that is well suited to Alex Iwobi's game.
To mention Stefan Lichtsteiner as well, then the other new face, like Torreira, it is his effectively Arsenal debut, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's a top signing. It's a bargain. Clearly, experienced campaigner. He's gritty. He's a proven winner. Used to winning trophies with Juventus, of course, over the course of many seasons. And I do believe that he will provide genuine competition for Hector Bellerin this year in the right back slot, and his presence can only help to go on and improve Hector's game.
So you can see Granit Xhaka is Arsenal's captain this evening. Our referee is Martin Strong-Bergson. Xhaka with the armband. We've seen Ramsey have it, Cech have it, Ozil have it. It's a big question, isn't it, for the new season?
Interesting policy, isn't it?
Now that Arsenal starting lineup. See 11 changes from that Chelsea game. Leno is back in goal with Cech back down the substitutes. Lacazette this time starting up front. Nketiah, Nelson, suspect Iwobi is the 3 just behind. Holding in Chambers getting their chance. Central defence. There are the substitutes, and it's a strong bench, Adrian, including 10 of the players who started against Chelsea.
Yeah, normally the last match ahead of a new campaign, the manager chooses to pick their strongest 11, but I don't think that Unai Emery has done that here tonight. We might see a very strong second half side this evening.
In terms of Lazio, they're 2-time former Serie A champions, 2000 the last time they won the Italian top division. It's a talented lineup, no question. It's got some new faces, as you can see there. Francesco Acerbi wearing 33, the centre half, and Silvio Proto, a Belgian goalkeeper. 2 players signed over the course of this summer. So new faces bedding in, strong benches when including Sergei Savic, of course, a long-time Manchester United target.
Yeah, they've got quality. They're a very attack-minded side last year in Serie A. Lazio scored a hell of a lot of goals. I'm interested to see. Obviously tonight there's no Ciro Immobile. You've got Saicedo up top, and the guy I'm really looking forward to seeing is Luis Alberto, number 10, playing just in behind him. He had a sensational campaign. The Liverpool fans remember him at Anfield. He didn't do a great deal there, so he's come on a bundle.
Players to have left Lazio over the summer: Stefan de Vrij, the Dutch defender, and Felipe Anderson, the Brazilian midfielder, off to West Ham. But some big signings in, some decent players. The crowd, Friends Arena in Stockholm. Playing surface is cut up just a little bit, I've got to say, in the build-up.
Suaranya di?
Touch there for Stefan Lichtsteiner wearing 12, the veteran Swiss. Who knows Italian football very well, having spent more than a decade at Juventus.
My only impression is that Arsenal playing with 2 up front this evening: Alexander Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. Eddie looks to be the more advanced of the 2 at the moment, and 2 wide players in Iwobi and Nelson. So it's like curveball there from Unai Emery.
Tactical flexibility is always key, isn't it? And it's good to have different options when you've got this kind of exciting squad. You can use them as slaves.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us would like to see Emre Aubameyang partner Alexander Lacazette at some stage soon. And this is being experimented with tonight. Maybe that's something in the manager's mind.
Wallace, the Brazilian defender there, 13 for Lazio. Not costly as Silvio Proto, the goalkeeper, reacted quickly to clear the danger. But I mentioned the playing surface, and the slip from Wallace just indicated maybe on that.
It's loose, isn't it? I know it's during the warm-up. It's cutting up quite badly. It's not the worst pitch you've ever seen, but at this stage of the year, of the season, you do expect the pitches to be firm and not for this to happen. So, but look, it's something Arsenal have to get used to. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Just a bit of close control a moment to go from Lucas Torreira, the new signing, the Uruguayan. Lichtsteiner involved there with Stefan Radu, the Romanian. The intensity in this game.
But he didn't like it, did he? Radu. He's claiming, I think, there's a flailing arm or maybe an elbow. Let's have a look at it. Got his eyes on the ball. The arm is high. I don't think you can say anything different to that. A little bit naughty. I think the referee saw that. Probably caution him. I don't think it's a red card offence. He didn't swing with the elbow.
He's led with a forearm, basically, a bit, hasn't he?
I mean, he's a feisty player. He's a very aggressive defender, especially Lichtsteiner. But you know what? That is a quality that I think this subtlety can probably do with more of. So, even though you want to play within the boundaries of the laws of the game, I don't mind a bit of aggression.
Needs some ball over the top, but Rob Holding read the danger very well. He seems to play with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Arsenal's young defenders doing a very decent job there under pressure. First real meaningful touch of the game for Reece Nelson. Still though trying to keep control of the ball. Very fast from Alessandro Murgia, youngster wearing 96 for Lazio. Scrappy start.
Yeah, I think the players are struggling to get to grips with the surface. It's skiddy, they've watered it. Yeah, I think a number of the players are maybe not wearing the right footwear. Look, just fit your way into a game like this. But it's fascinating to see how the two young boys at centre-half there, as a partnership with Chambers and Holding, if they can succeed and click and show real chemistry, that'd be a real boost for Emery. Places are definitely up for grabs, I think, in the centre-half department.
Nketiah just muscled off the ball on that occasion, and that's one aspect of Eddie's game that will be key for his development, won't be just that physical presence and that composure on the ball in the more sustained periods of the game.
It will come for Eddie. He's still a young boy. He's physically he's not developed fully as yet. There's more growth there. He'll become more solid as the years go by. But I'll tell you what, Eddie Nketiah has been very sharp, razor sharp during pre-season. I've been impressed, and I guess the manager has too.
Ball for Arsenal there. Two places slightly getting each other's way, but the move continues through Lichtsteiner. Nelson does well. Get a late dart into the penalty area. Couldn't quite find him. Arsenal quick to press and fill space, which is very important, isn't it, to be reactive in that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's been a feature of pre-season. They've talked a lot about pressing, and Arsenal under Emery will be more proactive in that department for sure. They backed off last season, they sat back too often, didn't win the ball in as many advanced areas. That will change under the new head coach. He wants the players like Iwobi now to really get in the faces and pin back the opposition. Not every time, but when it's on to do so.
Calling for the ball is Murgia, the youngster. He's going to struggle to get there. So take a look at Leno, 26-year-old German international. From Bayer Leverkusen, of course, over the course of the summer. Battle between he and Peter Cech for the starting jersey for the Man City game is yet to be decided, I have a feeling.
Well, that battle hotted up, didn't it, in Dublin. Peter Cech was absolutely outstanding. Didn't put a foot wrong, made some great saves. His distribution was top class in that game, Peter Cech. So he's laid down a marker. Leno will want to be busy tonight to make an impression himself.
Last got more from Nelson there. Iwobi, Maitland-Niles to Iwobi. Very promising move, but the final ball just a little lacking, and Wallace able to make the interception.
Didn't quite commit there. Alex Iwobi to the cross. Needs to get some elevation on it. Plays inside the box, waiting for the far post, but yeah, the moment was right there for him to dig across out rather than drive it hard and low.
Miles, of course, following the injury to Sead Kolasinac, getting an opportunity at left back. Still no Nacho Monreal in the pre-season squad following the World Cup. Kolasinac out for 8 to 10 weeks. Maitland-Niles has got an opportunity, maybe.
He's the boxing, isn't he? I fully expect him to start at left back on the opening weekend of the season against Manchester City now. I'd be astonished if Nacho Monreal played that game without any pre-season friendly action.
There's Simone Inzaghi, Lazio manager. Dug out since 2016, led Lazio to 5th in Serie A last season. Clarky, of course, they were in the top 4 until the final weekend when they dropped to fifth, missed out on the Champions League, and Internazionale Inter Milan picked them.
Yeah, heartbreaking for them. They did deserve a place in the top four. Very exciting side under Inzaghi. Obviously, he was a good forward himself, and he's developed an attacking brand of football. 89 goals he scored in Serie A last year. Pretty impressive.
Got another cheeky Lazio stat.
Go on then.
They played 4 pre-season games before tonight, up against admittedly 4 pretty serious minnows, I'm not going to lie. Have a guess what the collective for and against for Lazio in those 4 games is.
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing it must be large. Let's go 21-0.
40-0.
Goodness. Yeah, well, this is a step up from home.
Great step up there from Lacazette as well. Haven't seen much of him in the game until that very timely interception. Slightly fortuitous rebound. Also hoping the ball drops, as is Lacazette. Xhaka lurking with intent. And Niles and Iwobi. Nketiah. First chance of the game. Had to take it early, on target, but not afraid to have a shot.
Oh, he's so sharp in his movement. Poor first touch, but look how quick he is to react. The control with the shoulder was good. Very quick there. Just dragged the shot, and that'd be disappointing for him, but so lively in and around that box. Yeah, I'll be disappointed with the shot.
And Lazio, some quite strange results to put Harvey Clarke. 20-0 against Avezzano, 14-0 against top 11 Radio Club 103, 3-0 against Triestina, 3-0 against SPAL. Here they are tonight.
Well, they've worked their way into pre-season generally, haven't they?
Got a lad on the bench.
That's the way we used to do it. We used to play the minnows.
A lad called Alessandro Rossi on the bench. He's a 21-year-old striker who scored 11 pre-season goals. So watch out for him wearing 97 if he gets his chance in the second half. Iwobi signed that new contract a couple of days ago. Chambers, confident. Ball playing centre half in Rob Holding. Certainly one of the positive attributes of this young pairing is their ease and prowess on the ball.
They're getting more confident all the time. They've got talent, these two, no question. They've got to find consistency.
Chambers there. Nelson couldn't quite control it. Kept in. Radu did well under pressure. And Lazio get the free kick.
I'm really pleased to see Unai Emery experiment with the 4-4-2 tonight. It's good to have different strings to your bow tactically. I think it is important to be able to switch in between systems, game on game, and also during matches themselves when one shape isn't bearing fruit, you can just flick a switch and go, right, boom, let's go to 4-4-2. So I think it's well worth trying out this evening.
Saw a little close-up there of Lucas Leiva. Of course, 10 years he spent in the Premier League with Liverpool, the Brazilian international, now 31. Settled nicely into life in Lazio. Injuries not too cutting as they have been at times at Anfield. He's wearing 6. Will make that play, I'm sure, in a trademark fashion throughout this game. Here come Arsenal again.
Yeah, Lucas Leiva. Actually, you'll like this one, he was the only player to win more tackles out of all the central midfielders in Serie A last year than Lucas Torreira. So Lucas was second out of all the central midfielders. Lucas was top dog. So we've got 2 good ball winners on show tonight.
Torreira, of course, signed from Sampdoria. Another player who know Italian football very well, like fellow new signing Stefan Lichtsteiner. Great gas from Iwobi, charging forward. Beautiful counter-attack this from the Gunners. Nketiah to Nelson. Just didn't get the call and frustratingly dispossessed after great work from Iwobi.
Yeah, he just needed to shift the ball a little bit quicker there. Reece Nelson, lovely stride, wasn't it? Alex Iwobi upfield, he's a very powerful runner with the ball. And and he used it well. I have to say, it was just the decision making of young Nelson in the end that forced that move to fizzle out. But I think Arsenal have set the better of the two sides here, but I'd like to see a few more chances.
Saw a little bit of Senad Lulic on the ball there. There's the Lazio captain, the left wing back, wearing 19. He is a very consistent and quite potent force. I'm sure he will grow into the game as it goes on. He's calling for the ball now. Here he is. Patient build-up. Luis Alberto, the Spaniard, drinking more forward. Pass it up once more. Some football out from Lazio until the final ball was a tad lacking. Xhaka can now bring it clear. We see another fizzing Arsenal counter-attack, I wonder. Lacazette. Correa's there. And Niles cutting on his stronger right foot. Here's Nketiah.
It's unusual to be able to hear the sound of the players' voices, isn't it? It's not the biggest of crowds here. It's got on today.
Ball over the top, looking for Lacazette on target. For the first time in the game, Silvio Brotto is forced to make the save. Drops over Lacazette's shoulder. Beautiful close control. Far away.
Well, what a run that is. Lovely little dart. Drops the shoulder, Lacazette, and catches the volley very, very sweetly. It's a lovely pass as well from Lichtsteiner, but it's the run that really impresses me from Lacazette. As does the technique on that volley. Not far away at all.
Quick to note the support there from Lichtsteiner in the build-up. Torreira will take the corner. Interesting that he has taken the set piece.
Yeah, what he did for Uruguay in the World Cup, he's a good set piece taker.
Counter-attack this time from the Italians. Felipe Casido, the Ecuadorian international, wearing 20, leading the charge for Lazio. There's Lucas Leiva. So Radu. Back to that outlet that we mentioned of Lulic. Leiva hits that one. Dusan Basta, the Serbian, keeps it in play. Arsenal have shown good composure when they have been stretched and put under a little bit of pressure so far.
Yeah, very calm. And I like the way they've tried to build from the back during pre-season. They've used the goalkeeper as an extra outfield player. We've seen Petacek play more passes with his feet than usual, and Leno, we know, is very comfortable at doing that. So, the temperament of the team is good. I think they've settled into this game very nicely.
Wallace to young Italian Serbi, signing from Sassuolo in the summer. Luis Alberto, 3 years at Liverpool, one at Anfield, 2 loaned away. Never really worked for him. He's found a bit of a new lease of life in the Italian capital. Loses out on that occasion, though. Good work from Arsenal. Patient, calculated in terms of winning the ball back. But again, Adrian, they don't then hold on to that possession.
No, and that's a shame. It'll frustrate the manager, but I think they're working hard. They're working to a shape. You can see that they've been well drilled by the boss. And look, it's a work in progress. Lots of new messages for the players to take on board.
Football from Lazio. Could this be the opening goal? Really, really good chance for Felipe Casido. The former Espanyol man fluffed his lines a bit. I understand why Inzaghi's happy with the build-up. Lazio failed to take their best chance of the night so far.
Well, it was almost a sucker punch, wasn't it? This is a lovely ball inside. Look at the control there on the volley. And here, not the easiest ball to strike on the run. Lovely build-up play, ever so sharp. But yeah, he's fluffed his lines in the end. Caicedo.
First time that Arsenal really have shown any sign of being cut open in this game.
Yeah, they've been very comfortable, haven't they, until that moment. But it was a quick switch of play that did it. And I have to say, But during pre-season so far, Arsenal have wobbled a little bit in defence. They haven't been completely certain. They've left spacing behind at times, giving the ball away in bad areas. So definitely a work in progress. It will take weeks and months for this unit to gel.
Neat ball through from Chambers. As far as Reece Nelson, who just delayed nicely. This is a fine move. Oh, it's off the post and it's in. Just checking it is onside. It is onside and the goal stands. Once again, Arsenal take the lead in a match under Unai Emery, and it's Reece Nelson who's buried it. It's his second goal of pre-season. Arsenal bided their time, but they take the lead. It's Arsenal 1, Lazio 0.
Excellent following in there from Reece Nelson, who was at the heart of the move. Originally, here he is, picks the ball up in a lovely pocket. I like the way here that he delayed things, he didn't rush it. And here he thought, has Iwobi been too slow? He tries his luck with the left foot. I mean, Nketiah is offside for sure.
Nelson's close.
Nelson's very close. We need one more look at that. But look, he does what every good forward should do, and that's gamble on the follow-up. He can't really miss from there. Here we'll see. Iwobi just drags it to his left-hand side. And yeah, he's probably a shoulder offside, isn't he? Linesman may have missed that one, but I think we can forgive him. It's borderline.
As you can see, Simone Inzaghi is far from happy. Certainly wasn't a blatant poor decision from Mr. Strombergsen and his Swedish officiating team. But as you say, well snaffled, good coach's striker's goal from Reece Nelson.
Good use of the word snaffle there. I think that was perfect. Definitely a snaffle.
Lazio snaffle something in return. The answer is no. Lucas's through ball overhit. No chance for his former Liverpool colleague Luis Alberto to get onto that one. First time passes, really trying to move the ball quickly, but instead of doing it there maybe.
Yeah, I'm pleased for Reece Nelson. He's contributed during pre-season, 2 or 3 assists, and now he's got his name on the score sheet as well. So yeah, he can go into the new campaign. Okay, he'll be on the edge of the team. He might make the bench a few times, but it's there or thereabouts. It's certainly in the manager's thinking. So a number of these young guys, I think it's an excellent crop at the moment. Lots of talent.
And mistake there. Lulic, the skipper, lets the ball trickle under his foot. And Adrian, I've had the pleasure of commentating Arsenal's website and various other Arsenal outlets on the under-23s, the under-18s, the FA Youth Cup runs, and seen firsthand this glut of young players grow through Arsenal's youth ranks, and 4 or 5 of them already really springing up and taking their chances with the first team collectively.
Yeah, the standards are high. Look, they're working with a new manager that's eager to improve them as players. I think he'll push them hard. He won't mollycoddle them. I'm sure he will demand more of them each and every time they play. That can only be a good thing. So we're looking forward to seeing all of them make strides this season.
That crop I was disappointed to see leave the club was João Virginia, the goalkeeper who's gone to Everton this week.
Yeah, it took a lot of people by surprise, myself included. You know, maybe the club makes these decisions, you have to go with it. But yeah, look, they're well stocked for goalkeepers, aren't they? The pathway to the first team here at Arsenal in that particular department is cluttered at the moment.
Such a good two-footed clear of the ball, though. That's the one thing I loved about him more than anything.
I'm sure Everton have got themselves a good player, but Leno and Cech, top draw. Martinez, third keeper, very strong. So
Spina's still at the club.
David Ospina's still at the club. How much longer we don't know. So look, we are well stocked.
Matt Macy has not really put a foot wrong when his opportunities have arisen as well, and that, Adrian, is just one example of many, isn't it, of competition for places in specific areas. Hence we've seen Chuba Akpom leave the club and go to PAOK Salonika this week as well.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out, and if you get to a certain age, a certain stage of your development, well, you're not quite good enough, or the manager doesn't feel like he's going to give you enough game time, it's in your best interest to move on and try, I guess, to prove a club like Arsenal wrong for letting you leave. So we wish Chuba the best of luck for sure.
Mighty run from Dusan Basta. Still going, the young Serb.
And there, Lichtsteiner's under.
Apa? Apa?
Now, let's hope he's okay.
Datuk Man, tak pernah
Of course, having already lost Kolasinac in pre-season with a knee injury. Aaron Ramsey, with this tightness in his right calf, scratched from the lineup just before kick-off against Chelsea. Due back in training, as we understand it, next week.
Yes, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Aaron Ramsey back in action. I mean, I think he's an integral member of the starting 11. Personally, if it were me, having to pick a captain, I would go for Aaron Ramsey. I think he would be a great leader of this team. So there's no issue there with Lucas Torreira. Just a change of footwear, we hope.
Cold spray has come out. Hopefully, nothing to walk.
Yeah, Lazio looking to pin Arsenal back, stopping them from playing out. They know they're confident enough to just clip it towards Lichtsteiner. I think he is the type of goalkeeper that will be able to do that.
There's Torreira. Not yet allowed back onto the field, despite being obviously desperate to do so. There he is, now allowed back onto the field of play. What have you made of Lichtsteiner and Torreira's first half of a half in Arsenal colours?
It's still, isn't it? Neither have been heavily involved. Lichtsteiner created a good chance, didn't he, for Lacazette.
With his left foot as well, interestingly.
Yeah, which was excellent. And Torreira's been busy, hasn't really impacted him. He's not dominated the game in terms of his passing or ball winning yet. I think he's feeling his way back.
Another decent run from the same player who's been very promising so far, Basta. Arsenal do half get it clear. That ricochet could have gone anywhere, and Casido, who've been slightly quicker to react, could have caused some trouble.
Yeah, also having one or two issues with the wing-back Basta. One thing I have noticed with the team is that the back four are defended quite narrowly. More narrowly, I think, than under Arsene Wenger, which means that the wide players, and in this case Iwobi, will be expected to come back and track back into those full-back areas. And I don't think that's Alex Iwobi's strength, but look, if that's what the manager demands, then you simply have to learn as you go along, and he will improve that aspect of his game for sure under this manager.
Alex Iwobi, who we mentioned briefly earlier in commentary, has signed a new contract this week, and a man, I think, for a lot of people who just fell a little bit down the pecking order and maybe didn't blossom in the second half, particularly of last season, as some would have hoped.
Maybe not. He still has some good contributions. Stiff competition for places in the parts of the field where Alex Iwobi wants to play. So, look, he's a player that's still developing. Pleased to see him given a new contract, and now he's got the platform, the confidence, I guess, to really express himself. It's a clean slate for all the players. You're starting from scratch with Unai Emery, who I'm sure will judge the players on the merits of what they're doing in the here and now. So good chance for him to shine.
Radu and Lulic combining nicely. Lulic again has done very well, the captain. So left-footed though, and he was desperate to get it back onto his left leg, and that actually cost him, but it was still a very good piece of football.
That's wonderful cover play, first and foremost from Rob Holding. Very quick there to get across. Granit Xhaka it was that lost the ball in a bad area. That's a habit. He needs to kick, but let's credit Rob Holding there. He's very sharp to get across.
Did quite well to try and force him onto his weaker side as well. It was quite intelligent defending as well as last Arsenal.
It was, yeah. Oh, we know he's good. We know he's a good defender when he came into the side ahead of the cup final win against Chelsea, and then in the cup final. Absolutely fantastic. But he's all there. He just lost a bit of confidence, I think, last season. Affected his game.
And Niles jinks one over the top, looking for Lacazette. Excellent work from Iwobi to win it back again. Really good football from Alex Iwobi. Which says he's hungry and banged up for this one. Lichtsteiner with his left foot again. Niles and plenty of space. Really just getting slightly in the way, leading Xhaka a tad. Might be calling on his teammates to give him some movement, give him some options. When Arsenal are pressed back, it's key that they don't panic, isn't it? They just maintain the composure and come again.
Of course, yeah, just sometimes you can rest in possession, and that's what Arsenal are doing right here. They're just knocking the ball around, having a breather. It's good practice. It's like a training session when these kind of situations occur in the friendly game. So look, I'm 27 and a half minutes in. I'm pretty impressed. It's not been a perfect performance, but lots of positives. And I think the two guys in central midfield, Xhaka and Torreira, they haven't dominated the game, but this is their first match practice of the summer, and even though they were involved in the World Cup, they will have got a little bit rusty. They will be breathing quite heavy at the moment. So, and this guy, he's impressed me.
Guendouzi, very, very good. I commentated with your former colleague David Hillier on the Paris Saint-Germain game a week ago, and he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He looks a player, definite contender for a start in the Arsenal first team. He'll be there or thereabouts. He'll get a lot of games this season, I'm sure.
And he was the one signing of all that have come in from the five who was seen as the one for the future rather than the now.
Oh, he's for the now. Definitely for the now. But he will get better, you would imagine, given his age and the fact that he's very new to playing at this level of the game. It's different, of course. In the competitive football, it's different. Friendlies can be comfortable, get more time on the ball. So let's see what he's like in the hurly-burly Premier League before we get too carried away. But he's got a lot of talent.
Got through the Paris Saint-Germain academy before ending up at Lorient, so a good pedigree. As Arsenal coming up for their second, really good interplay on the far side. None of the strikers quite fully attacking and committing to the edge of the 6-yard box there. Still they come though, Arsenal. Xhaka hits one! Rocket from Granit Xhaka. You know he's got that in his locker. Beautiful strike of the ball. Just over the bar.
Yeah, he can ping them. Granit Xhaka just tries to wrap his left foot around this one. Straight over the crossbar. But it was a good passage of play, wasn't it? I like the way that the two combined on the left-hand side, and Ketia gets in behind. Chases a good ball across the box. Or was it Maitland-Niles? I think it was Maitland-Niles. Excellent play. If you are Maitland-Niles in that situation, you're just urging one of your strikers to attack the ball at the fast hit. Fortunately, Nketiah went near, and Lacazette also went towards the near post. That's why it evaded everybody.
Emery just making a couple of notes with his biro on his piece of paper there. Nice to see, like me, he's not an iPad man.
Old school.
Absolutely nothing wrong with a pen and paper.
Referee goes for the colour coding notes, though, like yourself.
Secrets of the trade, Adrian. As you can see on your screen, half an hour played, and so far so good. Felipe Caicedo with decent chance for Lazio. It's been really about it, unless they can muster something here through young Alessandro Murgia, Italian under-21 international, just crowded out of it there.
Three players descended on him in an instant there. Excellent work rate, real hunger to win the ball back. We've seen that, haven't we, with the likes of Liverpool City, Barcelona down the years, winning the ball back quickly, and that's definitely a style Arsenal want to adopt.
Well, that was a poor moment there, though, for the Gunners. Holding, I think it was, who gave it away off the bar. Leno, I think, would have been beaten. He's saying to his teammates just to calm down and not get flustered, but that was very cheaply given away and very nearly cost them.
That's a quality effort, it really is. But yeah, you're right. Arsenal it's been a pattern of the pre-season again. It was the same last summer. Have given the ball away in bad areas, and they're almost punished with a great chip.
Then, from the poor to the outstanding, and a lovely ball through to Lacazette. Pete Wallace on that occasion. And ridden there, look. Arsenal in the blink of an eye back up into the Lazio penalty area. And a game that really is coming in waves has now switched straight back to the other end again. Here is Lulic, the captain, Bosnian international. Right to Luis Alberto. Holdings, they're clear. Woby into play between the Arsenal young brigade. Maybe felt he was fouled, but the referee was well placed and saw nothing toward. Casido to Lucas Leiva. On the Rome side. Mitch with his weaker right foot this time.
And you saw there, it was Reece Nelson having to defend him. He did well. Just stood up, didn't commit himself. I do believe that the wide men will be asked to do a lot more that kind of tracking back this season. Here's the loose pass from Holding. It's sloppy, overconfident really. Luis Alberto, well, I'll tell you what, that is a more than half decent chip.
9 league appearances for Liverpool over those 3 years, 2 of which he'd spent away on loan. Strange, isn't it, how it just doesn't click in one club and then you go to another and things can turn around very quickly, which for the last couple of years it has.
He's only 25, he was a young boy when he was at Liverpool. So we all peak at different times, don't we? And he's just come into his game a little bit later than some others.
Did you peak early?
Too early. Peaked at about 13.
He's a bit of a late bloomer in some regards. 7 years he's been at Lazio. That's what we've seen from that man so far. Young Bass to the right wing back, good delivery. It's that Italian Murgia who tried to get his shot away. Had a bit too much freedom and time to do it.
It was a neat little swivel from Alessandro Murgia. They've come into the game, haven't they? They've just raised the intensity. Last 5 or 10 minutes, Lazio. It's a decent match. It's got a nice ebb and flow to it, end to end. And it's good again that Arsenal's defence is being tested and asked questions. That's why you play decent opposition like Lazio, like PSG, like Atletico. Good practice.
Stark contrast, as we were mentioning, to the Lazio pre-season routine so far, but Lazio do have Borussia Dortmund next Sunday, August the 12th, before their Serie A open the week after, Saturday, August the 18th, when they take on Napoli at the Olympic Stadium. The German and Italian season starting a little later in August than the Premier League. Arsenal, as we well know, Manchester City at home and Chelsea away there, very two tough opening games under Unai Emery. The season proper. Radu, the Romanian, good cross. That was a golden chance. Lazio to equalise. Great work from Radu. Stuck in a bending effort. Very, very close to the equaliser.
Nice Alberto again. You can't believe it. What a cross that was from Radu. Absolutely inch perfect. That pace on it, the right bend. And the header wasn't too shabby. Just whistled past the post. Look at this for a ball. He's on track, look. Maitland-Niles lets him go. Rob Holding, there's no shout. Rob Holding's not aware of him. It's a free header. And there's nothing Leno could have done had that been bottom corner.
Nice moment there from Lucas Torreira, the £26.5 million man. Move until the final ball, just a little lacking. And I was trying to find Eddie Nketiah, maybe in the build-up, doing mightily well.
It's a great run. These two have combined very well in this first half. Lovely run, but ball, it is a poor one. It's quite lackadaisical, really, from Maitland-Niles. He's got no one really aimed for. He just needs to delay it a touch there. Maybe take the ball on further to allow Nketiah to catch up.
Skills from Casido there. Alberto, the man who's now gone close on 2 occasions with a chip onto the bar and a header just wide. Good delivery, got to be careful, Arsenal here. You know what, I think Lulic took the wrong option there. He'd either gone for goal or just cut it back further with the header. He kind of went for almost neither.
Yeah, it was in between, wasn't it? Yeah, Arsenal riding their luck at the moment.
Another Kosh once more. Holding tries to get it clear and fails again. Corner conceded.
Just gone up a gear. There's Lulic at the far post. He's got to have a go from there. Way too unselfish. Unless that was just a terrible header, of course.
Well, he had two more players just out of shot bearing in if he'd gone further back as well.
He had to have an F-up goal there. That was a bad decision.
Another good delivery. Arsenal just looking a little timid, aren't they, at the moment, in terms of attacking the ball as it comes across?
Yeah, look, Arsenal have gone man-to-man under Unai Emery, so they're getting used to that, something brand new for them, and they conceded from a corner against Chelsea. Not completely convincing there. So again, it's a work in progress. It might take a while for Arsenal to perfect the art of man-to-man marking. At the moment, yeah, they're not nailing it.
Also being pre-season, it's a rotating pair of centre-halves game in, game out, isn't it? Which makes it harder to get that continuity and that consistency.
Yeah, we saw Guendouzi and Smith Rowe exploited in the last game. They're not playing tonight, it's different people. So, yeah, it's not easy. As I said earlier on, a lot of information, a lot of new ideas that the players are having to digest at the minute, and I think it's impossible to expect that all to sink in right away.
Wallace bringing the ball out of defence, signed from Braga a couple of seasons ago. Alberto trying to direct play and take to his colleagues what he wants done. It's a little bit static at the moment. Lever. Poor ball, murky it as well to keep in. Patient build up. He's defending from a Serbi, and Lazio give it away. Still not giving up on a lost cause there, and that tenacity has paid off. Lovely offload from Nketiah back to Iwobi. Asta pretty well under pressure, but Maitland-Niles is well placed.
One player we've seen a lot of tonight is Alexander Lacazette. He's pretty quiet. For that foul there, Reece Nelson.
Lulic would like to get stuck in.
It's a bit naughty. Pre-season game, you don't want to be seeing tackles like this. Okay, he just toes it away. It's a bit reckless, really, from Lulic. Come back to Lacazette. On the edge of the game, hasn't he? One slight disappointment, even though he's looked very sharp-headed, Nketiah. I'd like to see the two front players combined together more often. I don't think we've really seen the two of them look to play 1-2s and bounce off each other. Again, it may be that it's just something new, they get used to it.
Pereira taking it too quickly. Lacazette feels that should have been allowed to have stood because he could have burst clear down the blind side. With a short free kick. Nelson's delivery. As we saw, I think it was 5 substitutions throughout the second half against Chelsea. Interesting to see how Unai Emery treats that side of things in the second half of this game, given the fact the Manchester City match is now all the closer, just a week away.
Definitely, well, they won't all come on. So yeah, no, the big decisions need to come. I'd imagine Ozil, Mkhitaryan will come on. Aubameyang too.
All from Torreira.
I'd like to see more of Guendouzi. Emil Smith Rowe as well, who's been terrific.
Arsenal Cup, stretching their opponents. Only to Maitland-Niles. Barolo just got a sliver of a boot on it. Veteran player. Fairly quiet half Parola, the former Parma man, but important little interception there.
Yeah, got a lot of experience, haven't they, in the middle of the pitch there with Parola and Lucas Leiva. And I think that's why it's been such an even battle. Xhaka and Torreira. Four good players locking horns there.
Steiner with a strong header. Xhaka showing good power under the ball there. And Lacazette's ball, a little bit hurried, wasn't it? Just off target.
Yeah, he's been excellent in pre-season, Lacazette, but he's not been as sharp this evening. He's impressed there with a leap on Lucas Torreira. He's a very small player. Got up there, nice sprint.
Lacazette, Arsenal's top scorer in pre-season with 4 goals so far. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has 3, all of which were in that spectacular 15-minute hat-trick at Boreham Wood to kick off Arsenal's pre-season campaign. So I had the pleasure of bringing everybody on Arsenal.com in mid-July. Not scored since, though, interestingly.
He's played well, though. Yeah, he missed a good chance over in Dublin. I've been impressed with his sharpness, his movements, lots of energy. Top-class striker, Aubameyang. I think he can play up top on his own. I think he can come in off that left. Need pretty good effect, so manager has got options with him as well.
Reece Nelson now tying Eddie Nketiah for 3rd on the pre-season scoring chart with 2 goals apiece. Terry and Ozil, Smith Rowe, Rob Holding, the other players to score in pre-season. As did, of course, Jeffrey and Adelaide before then leaving the club. Jeff, another one, of course, who goes this summer with our best wishes, such a talented player, and it's never quite went that next level, did it, for whatever reason?
Exactly. Yeah, he's very graceful on the ball, wasn't he? A lot of creativity. But stiff competition for places.
Nketiah knows all about that and does well there. Back to Iwobi.
As I know personally, you have to be a really, really top player to stay at this club for any length of time. It's, standards are very high.
Of course, Mark Overmars was signed in your position, wasn't he, just to make your competition for place battle a lot tougher?
Yeah, I couldn't really argue with that.
Here comes Iwobi. Really close to a second. The ball fell nicely for the young Nigerian. He marked that new contract with a goal.
He's been bright, hasn't he, in this first half? Here he comes in off the left into a central position, really strong in the tackle. Love that. He tries an improvised finish, not the prettiest.
Absolutely no time added on. Reece Nelson's opportunist's goal. Pretty early on in this game, the difference between the teams. Lazio have worried Arsenal on a couple of occasions, particularly one rickety spell around the half hour. Gunners have created plenty of chances. He faces Lichtsteiner and Torreira that look promising. So far so good. It's an elite pre-season in terms of 90 minutes. Continues at the break in Stockholm. Arsenal 1, Lazio 0.
90, 3-1 after penalties.
Bunda jadi gila.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He is one of two half-time changes by Arsenal head coach Unai Emery. Lazio Guendouzi, brilliant so far in pre-season. The young midfielder also onto the field, wearing 14 and 29 respectively. Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah, the two players taken off at the break.
Yeah, I've been incredibly impressed by Guendouzi throughout pre-season. He looks a really polished passer. A little bit of fight about him too. The two youngsters did okay. Reece Nelson got himself a goal, and Eddie Nketiah was very lively, particularly early on in the game. Yeah, we've got a bit more experience on there now. I think it's another opportunity for Aubameyang and Lacazette to strike up a better combination. I think they work really, really well together.
Aubameyang already into the fray, touching the ball within the first minute of the second half, and now Guendouzi with his first touch as well. Nice little 1-2 with Granit Xhaka. Guendouzi just extends a little too far in the end though and loses out to Luis Avelto. Guendouzi wins it straight back, but only just for a moment.
Yeah, we saw both sides of Guendouzi there. I love his confidence on the ball. He can beat a man. He's a very proactive passer who go forward. Sometimes he does dwell on the ball and he can lose it in bad areas. So that's a little habit that I'm sure he will kick as he develops and matures as a player.
Opportunity down the left-hand side for Lazio. Decent football. Side netting grazed. Really good work down the right-hand side by Jilic, and it was Parolo, veteran midfielder, who came in ghosting in.
Yes, bright start from Lazio in the second half. Great touch there to get it out of his feet. Some really good cutback. Yeah, Rob Holding just needs to be a bit quicker to come down and close down the player, but in essence he did narrow the angle, forced the player into hitting the side netting.
Composure from Leno on the ball just there. He had four different Lazio players converging from various angles, and he was happy to still nonchalantly stroke the ball to the edge of the penalty area, as he does again.
Yeah, well, German goalkeepers are brought up that way. They're very, very confident with their feet. He's no exception. Don't want to overplay though. Like here, I think sometimes you just got to clear your lines.
Just in the end, what Holding did kind of do, but he was having his hand a little forced.
Yeah, I think there's a time and a place. This is the chance. It's to a really good area, and here Holding comes charging out. Actually, he probably does a good job of just blocking the route to goal.
Callum Chambers with a deft little moment. Again, Lazio pressing the Gunners heavily early in this second half.
Well, they are really being encouraged, aren't they, by the manager to play out from the back. Lots of passes in and around their own 18-yard box.
Good practice, what pre-season's all about, to a degree.
Well, City have done it to great effect, haven't they? It's the modern way.
Pereira just trying to find Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Good sliding challenge from Wallace. Oba, as you mentioned, not having scored in pre-season since that hat-trick against Boreham Wood. It's been a little while. He has been looking hungry and sharp. 45 minutes of he and listening Stan Lacazette on the field together once more. We'll see how that gels.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I like the way that Aubameyang comes in from the left-hand side and interchanges positions with Lacazette. Okay, he's nominally on the left, but he's a second centre-forward.
Here is Lacazette, beautiful ball through to Aubameyang, that combination nearly flicking with devastating effect. Aubameyang just couldn't quite pick up the loose ball in his stride.
It's a shame there. I think the pass into him was pretty firm from Lacazette, but you would have expected Aubameyang to control it, take it in his stride.
Really good football from Lucas Alberto at the other end. As far as Lucas Lever's ball was poor. Another chance for the Gunners. Lichtsteiner just got in two minds there as he brought the ball forward. I think that Ober-Lacazette partnership has got good potential.
Oh yeah, I think most fans would love to see them in the same starting 11. I'm sure Unai Emery wants to find a way to get them into the same 11 as well. I think it can work. Towards the end of last season, I thought the combination was terrific.
If you're enjoying this, as we are, don't forget there's plenty more live football to come, including Arsenal legends against Real Madrid legends. Saturday the 8th of September, 2 p.m. kickoff. So it's of course during the international break weekend. It's available on Arsenal.com. If you fancy coming and watching the match live, tickets at Emirates Stadium from £20, concessions from £10. Clarky, are they going to roll you out in that one?
I haven't had the call. Yeah, I don't think I made the cut.
Might be behind the microphone, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Now our own Dave Hilly is involved, isn't he?
Well, actually, if he's in it, then I should be in it.
Some really big names, aren't there, in all sincerity? It should be a great afternoon. Some really big names.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, the first leg was a cracker as well.
Oh, feels for a penalty there as Lacazette is brought down. No, says referee Strombergsen. Emphatically no.
Well, it looked a good shout for a penalty. There are some fans inside the stadium making their voices heard. He just bundles his way through. Goalkeeper, the defender, I mean, he has an arm around him and shoves him.
I think that was probably on that reverse angle actually the right call.
Yeah,
I've seen him given.
I've definitely seen him given, but it's not a nailed-on penalty. But the defender's taken a chance because he had one arm around him, the other one did apply force on his back. But yeah, it's not a blatant penalty. That's for sure.
Celebrating his 10-year anniversary at Lazio, Stefan Radu, and he barely put a foot wrong till that point. Actually, he'd had a very good game.
Yeah. Well, they've defended pretty well at Lazio. It's been an even contest. I've been quite impressed by them at times. The finishing's been a bit wasteful. Haven't really tested Bernd Leno, have they? Should be really frustrated. Petr Cech was peppered at times by Chelsea and responded to that with an outstanding individual display. And Leno in pre-season, he's not really had a great deal to do by way of comparison. So it's fascinating to see what Unai Emery does in terms of the selection.
Luis Alberto freeing his skipper Lulic, and he's been upended. And Chambers disagrees with the decision, as you can see.
It's getting a little bit feisty down there, isn't it? He just gets himself in a position there, Chambers, where he makes it easy for Lulic to knock the ball around him and to play for that foul. Yeah.
Extra move.
Yeah, complaints, but I think it probably was obstruction.
For this, a very good position for Lazio to launch an assault from. Wouldn't be a left-footed in-swinger from Lulic. Will be swung in right-footed. The answer is the latter. Desperately poor.
Yeah, it's really wasteful. When you get into those positions not that often in a game, it's not a difficult cross. Way too much elevation on that. Frustration for Lazio. Here, Guendouzi already What I like about Guendouzi is that the ball's like a magnet to him. He has so many touches, always looking for the ball.
Iwobi thinks he was impeded there by Radley Clark. He just ran across him and did impede his run a little bit, but was that just clever defending?
Yeah, probably need to look at it again. I don't think there was any major complaints from Iwobi.
It's a little bit of frustration, I think.
Yeah, the game certainly got a little bit tetchy in this second period.
I think that was Milinkovic-Savic, wasn't it, warming up there?
It might have been, yeah. Likely to see him. Now he's been linked with the move away, but every chance he might start the season at Lazio, so needs some match practice.
I think it's a £45 million move to Manchester United, quite heavily over the last week or so.
Gone quiet though, hasn't it?
Yep. It is getting tetchy, you're right. Lichtsteiner, who did clash with Lulic much earlier in the game, and there they are again.
Well, Lulic is very aggressive, and he's trying to wind up a number of the Arsenal players, and so he's picked on the wrong guy in Stefan Lichtsteiner. He's a tough guy, and I really like that about his personality. You don't want to mess with Lichtsteiner. Reminds me of an old school defender, really enjoys the art of stopping opponents.
Just the sort of player, I'm sure, in your pomp as a young winger, you didn't like to come up against. Well, did you?
No, I didn't mind it at all.
Enjoy the battle.
Yeah, well, they were the type of defenders, you know, in the 90s that you would come up against every single week.
As you can see there, Mesut Ozil and Hector Bellerin stripping off on the touchline, which would be Arsenal subs 3 and 4. In addition to Nketiah and Nelson making way for Aubameyang and Guendouzi at the interval. Again, Guendouzi just dwelling on the ball and losing possession in what could be a damaging area of the field. Hurling effort amid a sea of bodies from Caicedo was eventually blocked, and here's Arsenal with this fabulous counter-attacking potential once more. Aubameyang appeals to Iwobi. This is great football. Lacazette, this is shot away. Deflection just took the power out of it in the end.
Excellent from Arsenal. They really do explode into life, don't they, on turnovers and counters. Arsenal are going to be excellent on the break this season. Good pace from Alex Iwobi, and here I like Alexander Lacazette's idea, trying to swivel, catch the goalkeeper off guard at the near post. But yeah, when Aubameyang and Lacazette really get going, it's so quick, so difficult to deal with. Yeah, I'm excited at the potential of Arsenal on the break this year. When it comes to pressing, when they do press and win turnovers in good areas, that is when we'll see those guys at their very, very best.
We're about to see a couple of Lazio replacements as well. Lazio not making any changes at half-time. Manager Inzaghi then kept his powder dry. Also going to his replacements. Arsenal just with a little bit of a better spell now, having ridden their luck just a little. They're reasserting themselves in this game. It's the good side of Guendouzi there, no question. Cassette with a nice little trap and ball on the turn. Here's Lucas Torreira. Holding gets in on the act. He scored a beautiful goal himself against Paris Saint-Germain with a deft cushion header into the top corner. Singapore a week ago. Lacazette complicating matters there though.
Yeah, so we're not seeing a 4-4-2 anymore from Arsenal, or a 4-2-2-2, as it probably was. It's more of a 4-3-3 at the moment, and that is the system that Emery has used most often, certainly at PSG.
ball at all over the top there, but Chambers deals with it. Liechtensteiner couldn't quite keep that one in. Jovica Lunic enjoyed that. As you can see, Ramos and Denisi coming on, not Milinkovic-Savic, who we did see by the touchline earlier in the half. Luis Felipe is a 21-year-old Brazilian defender, very highly rated. Reza Gramisi, a Danish international, recently in from Real Betis. The old veteran himself comes off. And Lulic, having left nothing out there, Clarkey on the pitch whatsoever.
Yeah, no love lost. Lulic, Ozil's come on.
This indeed does Bayerin.
Hammer down Nenny as well.
Torreira and Liechtensteiner, the new players, having made their Arsenal debuts. Both depart. As I think did Iwobi, was he the third player to come on?
He was, yeah.
Mkhitaryan has come onto the field, I think, as well. Indeed he has. John Nenny, Mkhitaryan, Ozil. And Bayerin, all into the foot.
Something that Emery is encouraging.
Lovely touch there from Lacazette. Here's El Neni trying to get a shot away. The ball just won't fall. He's still going though. Lacazette. Aubameyang, can he get a shot away? Yes, he can! Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang finally gets that goal. Hat-trick against Boreham Wood. A couple of games without troubling the scorers, and Aubameyang with a lovely finish. Bided his time, guided the ball into the corner. Trotto with no chance. Ober at his best. And it's Arsenal 2, Lazio 0.
Well, the build-up to the goal was certainly not pretty. Nice piece of play at the outset here. El Neni just bundles his way through. It's an almighty scramble. But here, just gets out of his feet. Takes a slight deflection, doesn't it? Takes it away from the keeper, but great for Aubameyang's confidence to get a goal a week before the start of the season. He just delays it, doesn't rush the shot. A little bounce of the ball goes his way.
Yeah, Emerick Aubameyang to add to that first half strike from Reece Nelson. It's Arsenal for the first time, clearly, Clark, in the game, a bit more of a comfortable cushion and maybe just a little bit of a licence to just try one or two things in this last half an hour of pre-season. This could be another strike though. Guendouzi with a wonderful run, brilliant stuff from Mathieu Guendouzi. Could have crossed, he went for the shot, and still Arsenal Cup. Save, we should say, from Trotto amid all of that. Maitland-Niles finds Guendouzi again. Maitland-Niles is brought down.
It's got to be a foul.
Hit a few of those at Anfield over the years,
Certainly
didn't he?
did. He certainly did. But yeah, excellent from Guendouzi. He went and pressed high up, almost on the edge of the box, wins the ball in a fantastic area, and he's in. He finds himself in. There was no real support, so he tries his luck on goal. Yeah, it's been a feature of pre-season the way Arsenal have pinched the ball inside the final third.
Mkhitaryan and Ozil, the two players looking over this one. Not a bad pair of dead ball specialists. It's going to be Mkhitaryan. Won't get hold of it, unfortunately.
Many before.
Does Mkhitaryan make your starting 11 for the first game?
It's a very good question. I think it depends on the system. If it's a 4-2-3-1, I think he does. In a 4-3-3, I'm struggling to find a place for him because I want Lacazette in the team, I want Aubameyang in the team, and I want Mesut Ozil in the team. And that would probably be the front three, but I'm a big fan of Mkhitaryan, and I like the legs he gives the side. I think he suits Emery's style of football. So, you know, one big name might miss out whenever we play 4-3-3.
Then there's the Ramsey factor, of course, when available, fingers crossed, to throw into that mix as well. Just which of the threes does he fit into? Probably the midfield three.
Well, yeah, Ramsey plays whatever, in my opinion. I think whether it's a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3.
And then you've got to try and fit in Torreira or maybe Guendouzi. Jacques has still got a big say.
Competition for places.
Fascinating.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. I think we'll see. I don't think we'll see the same system every week. I think we'll be chopping and changing. Maybe against the teams that are more defensive, Arsenal will go with 4-2-3-1, get the four stellar names in that forward line together on the pitch at the same time.
Jinked over the top. Looking for Denisi, one of the new faces for Lazio. Field to Lucas Alberto. Decent play from Luis Alberto, but Leno was all over it, and as you said, Adrian, it's actually one of the first times he had to make a genuine save in the game.
Yeah, it was a decent take, wasn't it? Very competent. He's an excellent goalkeeper. He just hasn't had much action so far in an Arsenal shirt.
As we know, if you're not busy, you need to keep that concentration, not commit a sloppy error when you are called upon, and that's what he's seemingly done so far.
Yeah, exactly. Right, yeah, as long as you're not making mistakes, you're doing your job if you're a goalkeeper.
You saw the very extrovert figure of the boss there in the corner of the screen, gesticulating some instructions to his team in Emery. He does seem very flamboyant and very energised on the touchline.
He's vocal, he's demanding of his players. It's a different style to Arsene Wenger. There's no right or wrong, just different types of personalities. But personally, I just think it'd be invigorating for the players to hear a new voice, hear different ideas, and I'd like to think it will.
Ball now. Just tries maybe to do a little too much with that pass. Luis Alberto initially did well, but again the weight of Arsenal numbers pressing and embarrassing their teammates worked out. But Maitland-Niles, I think it is still down. It is Maitland-Niles down. By the way, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic did come on as the third Lazio sub a few minutes ago. The crowd want the ball out of play because Maitland-Niles is still not really moving.
Yeah, no, he stayed down. Look, it's not ideal, is it? Because with Kolasinac, his injury, Nacho Monreal not really back in training. Well, he's back in training, not available as yet. Look, it's just the ball in his stomach. He's winded, I'm sure. It's a genuine injury, but can't see him being out of action.
No.
With that.
Prepare for it looks like a quadruple or possibly even a quintuple Lazio substitution.
Good piece of defending there from Mkhitaryan, and that's what he does offer. He's very hard working, does his bit defensively.
So among those players coming on, Joaquim Carrera, who's another new signing, 23-year-old Argentinian midfielder who's just signed from Sevilla. Carrera alongside Pedro Neto, who's a young Portuguese forward on loan from Braga. He's coming on as well, as is Danilo Cataldi, who's a 23-year-old Italian midfielder from the Lazio youth system.
I think it's Bastos as well.
Yeah, Bastos, Angolan international defender, signed from Rostov a couple of years ago. Some of the new faces.
Yeah, wholesale changes, never ideal. At least they're all out of the way in one go. Crack on. This friendly final 20 minutes of pre-season for Arsenal, in terms of their match preparation anyway. It's been a pretty good performance, nice and professional from the Gunners. Not outstanding. Not anything to get overly excited about, but plenty of positives.
First touch already for Joaquim Correa. Very experienced for his age. Couldn't quite win the corner he thought he'd merited there.
Yeah, Correa, decent player, Sevilla. Does well here, Bayerin. Stands up, doesn't commit himself. That's excellent jockeying, it really is. You see, Lichtsteiner, I think the arrival of him has just focused the minds.
And also that's probably the side of his game that maybe had gone a little flat, is the actual art of being a right back almost.
Yeah, definitely. But there's still scope for improvement. He had a tough time against Callum Hudson-Odoi in the first half against Chelsea the other night. Yeah, there are elements of his defending he can definitely polish up on, but yeah, he's a great talent. You know, Arsenal unfortunately have two good right backs.
Lovely interplay. Ozil couldn't quite slide the ball through though. Luis Felipe doing well.
I like that from Guendouzi, just following all the way back, pushing Lazio back towards their own goal, forcing the mistake.
Mkhitaryan just knew where to stand, knew where that ball was going to go. Great reading of the game. Sixth sense really to the fore there.
Yeah, very much so. Arsenal's probably the team that are finishing this game for Arsenal pretty stronger, isn't it, than the one that started?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? We've still got the same central defenders, left back and goalkeeper. So quite a lot of the defensive unit has stayed the same, and then mass changes beyond that. Don't forget, Arsenal legends, Real Madrid legends, Saturday the 8th of September. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff at Emirates Stadium. If you fancy going, tickets available from £20 and concessions from 10. You can also watch the game on arsenal.com. Clark's still awaiting that call. He's been looking at his phone every 5 minutes, hoping that Arsenal legends match bookers are going to get in touch.
Yeah, I think there'll have to be an injury crisis before I get the shout.
Maybe a dubious lasagna or something like Spurs famously had against West Ham all those years ago.
I didn't want to play anyway. It's fine. I'll watch it.
Clark takes his ball back over the fence and goes home.
No, in all seriousness, it was great to see so many genuine Arsenal legends involved in that first game, and I'm sure there'll be just as many for the second. So yeah, it was sometimes with the charity games they're not full of the real stellar names, but this particular fixture is sure to have plenty.
Football from Lazio there. Milinkovic-Savic was involved in the build-up. You can see why he is such a highly rated prospect. Let's have a look at Patrice. Haven't seen much of him so far since he came on. Tunisia has been a busier figure. It's the Dane of Albanian origin, twists and turns, and takes the shot. He had a bit of space there, didn't he, to have maybe connected better.
Yeah, that was Milinkovic-Savic, I think, inside the box. He was left unmarked. Arsenal get away with it. Yeah, look, some of the defending hasn't been spot on this evening, but if they can keep a clean sheet, that will boost confidence and morale. It'll be particularly good, I think, for Holding and Chambers. You know, we all hope that they'll develop into a first-choice partnership one day.
Oh, so nearly a spectacular bit of interplay there. Lacazette's eventual ball to Maitland-Niles just a tiny bit too hard. There's real cohesion and understanding in these little quick triangular moves, isn't there?
Well, it's coming. Yeah, that's for sure. And I think you see it more with the senior guys. Lacazette and Aubameyang have got a great understanding, particularly when Ozil and Mkhitaryan are around as well. What they do, they just pass that ball a little bit earlier than your average player, and the movement is top class. As I said earlier, from breakaways and counters and transitions, Arsenal are going to be superb this season, I think.
Holding goes in the book. We've seen a few tackles from both teams that could have easily led to yellow cards. And that little sort of narky, slightly antagonistic subplot of this game ball's over.
Yeah, look, he's late, he follows through, Rob Holding, he knows it. No real arguments there. I think he was just wound up. I think some of the Lazio players have been tetchy on the wind-up.
Really exciting young figure of Emil Smith-Rowe in the background there as well. And Konstantinos Mavropanos, I think, as well. They're the three who are going to come on. Alan Chambers coming off, Alexandre Lacazette coming off, and I think Rob Holding, yes, coming off are the three. So we do see an central defensive partnership for the final few minutes, and it's the double Greek one. It's the same one, funnily enough, for the first 45 minutes against Boreham Wood.
Yeah, the all-Greek combo. Yeah, Mavropanos, excellent, wasn't he, towards the end of last season. Socrates, you know, good signing. We've seen a great deal of him so far in pre-season. Haven't been tested that often. But very gritty defender. Strong in the tackle.
Niles there showed good gas, didn't he? He didn't panic and just tracked his runner and just effortlessly alongside him.
Fabulous athlete, isn't he? He can cover the ground really smoothly. He's the mate of Niles. He's definitely in pole position.
Papanos' first touch, back to Mkhitaryan and to Leno. Because you get a little fine there. Eventually losing possession as a result. Is Neto, the young Portuguese. Guendouzi with good composure. Martin Caceres has also come onto the field. Uruguayan international defender. Signed from Hellas Verona midway through last season.
They've got some talented players, Lazio, and you put their first team together on the pitch, they're very strong. Tonight, you can see they're a little bit further behind Arsenal in terms of their preparations.
Well, when you consider the teams they've played, no wonder.
Yeah, I mean, no real test until tonight. Mkhitaryan playing a slightly deeper role in the second half. Interesting to see.
Lovely ball out and super control there from Mesut Ozil. Oh, lovely, powerful, rasping shot and so close to a third goal. Absolute rocket of an effort. Good save and so close on the rebound.
Yeah, I like the position he takes up here. Lovely little pocket of space and boom, doesn't mess around, does he? Takes the keeper by surprise and good following up as well from Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, Aubameyang close to a second goal of the game and a fifth of pre-season.
Yeah, it's been a real plus to have Lacazette and Aubameyang among the goals. He ever does any harm.
There's Guendouzi. Thought about a shot for a second. First touch for the outstanding youngster Emil Smith-Rowe. Wonderful goal against Atletico Madrid. Guendouzi, though, gives the ball away. Does he win a little bit of the ball there? He does. Tones well. Had to commit there, didn't he, and be absolutely bang on with that challenge.
Well, he made amends.
Smith-Rowe, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang. Smith-Rowe wants the ball back. Oh, just behind his back, and he was expecting it over his right shoulder than his left.
Yeah, just a little breakdown in communication. What I like about Smith-Rowe when he plays as an attacking midfielder is he makes a lot of runs into the wide areas, times them beautifully. Reminds me a lot. I mean, I don't want to compare him to Kevin De Bruyne, but he's not dissimilar in style, especially with his movement.
And then he does well there. Ozil over the top, and Aubameyang was just stretching for that one. And just came at him at an awkward kind of height on the half volley outstretched.
Yeah, he needed to take the ball under control there and give it to somebody else rather than knock it first time. But yeah, Smith-Rowe, he makes those runs from in to out very impressively. Here, just take a touch. Take a touch, and lay it inside for Smith Rowe. A bit carried away. Yeah, that Arsenal trying to pin Lazio back. 4 players there, very, very advanced. Forcing the long pass.
Flick on as far as Correa. It's Correa up against Mavropanos. He's still going. Good football from Joaquin Correa up until the shot, and we'll credit the young Greek for at least keeping him out wide.
Yeah, he did enough, didn't he? This is the danger when you do press. And you have that high line, you leave space in beyond, and he gets to the wrong side of Mavropanos, who, to his credit, sticks to him. But yeah, during pre-season, Arsenal have been caught out with the space in behind. They happened 2 or 3 times against Chelsea in Dublin. It's definitely something they need to work on.
Nice turn from Mkhitaryan there, ghosting inside Daniele Cattildi. Seen a huge amount from Bayern in terms of his delivery from right back. That one was overhit, but Mkhitaryan does keep it in. Lenny again. Intelligent pass. Arsenal just stretching their opponents. That's all. Smith Rowe. Seems to have so much time with the ball at his feet. Sign of a class player. Great ball from Mkhitaryan.
Really lively since he came on. He's just fizzed that in. Great vision, great execution. Not a bad strike either from El Neni.
Thank you for subscribe.
Rotto did his job. And another counter-attack in this end-to-end game. She's also taken the captain's armband, we should say, for the Italians after the departure of Lulic. Just in case anyone doesn't know, Unai Emery's old team Sevilla was supposed to be the opponents for this game initially. Sevilla though ending up in Europa League qualifying, which has slightly changed the dynamic of their commitments, and Lazio brought in a week or so ago as the new opponents. So Emery, having placed one of his old teams in Paris Saint-Germain, having beaten them 5-1, doesn't end up facing the team that he won back-to-back Europa League titles with.
Fantastic record, wasn't it?
7 titles at PSG, or 7 cups.
Yeah, look, he's a winner.
Liga, 2 Coupe de France, 2 Super Cups, and a lot of bits of silverware as well. His drive to learn English, I think, is clear for all to see as well, and the progress he's made in that in a matter of weeks. Seen a huge amount of Socrates, actually, have we, since he came on?
No. Well, yeah, Arsenal haven't been tested greatly. Socrates hasn't had to do a great deal of defending in pre-season as a whole, to be perfectly honest. He's looked solid enough.
Bayern. Languid but effective ball from Ozil up to Maitland-Niles. Look at what Mkhitaryan's brought to the table in this second half, I have to say, as he jinks another lovely ball over the top to Smith Rowe. Tried the cross shot first time. Maybe caught slightly in 2 minds. Great skills from Mavropanos there. You know how good he is on the ball. Doozy to El Neni. Oh, Maitland-Niles just took his head up and away from the ball.
Yeah, frustrating. He's like a jack in the box, isn't he, Unai Emery, in that technical area? But yeah, Arsenal lacked a little bit of width in the build-up there, and then finally when they get it, so Maitland-Niles just loses concentration. Yeah, Mkhitaryan's looked very hungry. He's had some good snippets during pre-season. Mkhitaryan, he's really good on the counters.
Opportunity maybe here for Lazio. 2 of the young subs combining nicely. Correa now. Oh, absolutely furious is Cataldi, who wanted the reverse pass played back to him. But Cataldi and Neto, really good little break.
Yeah, 4v4. Lovely ball there. That's a delicious knockdown. And here, is he right to shoot? Look, I don't think there are too many other options for him. Correa comes back to him. It opens up nicely to just bend it right-footed. Just the execution. It's well underneath it.
Yeah. Super skill there from Mkhitaryan. Really good turn. Could be setting up a third. We'll wait and see. Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan, as they did so many times at Borussia Dortmund, finding well there. Niles back to Aubameyang. Neni to Bayern. Back to El Neni. Oh, good block. Milan Badezja, another Croatian midfielder from Fiorentina this summer, is the player who's just come on wearing 25. And he was the player who made the block.
Yeah, good block. Mkhitaryan's definitely made a case to be picked for that Manchester City game. I do wonder. Let's look at this return. Great balance. And there, cheeky little Megs.
It's actually the same player that he beat before he played the block.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Look, he's making a case. You wonder, could Lacazette make way? Would it be Aubameyang, Ozil and Mkhitaryan for that first game? Wouldn't surprise me if that was the front three.
They are into Smith Rowe. Nenny is there. Ozil once more. Beady-eyed, kicks out his man. Lovely close control there from Maitland-Niles. Doesn't win the corner though.
He's got that little bit of showman about him, hasn't he? He's in Maitland-Niles a few times tonight. And he's controlled crossfield passes. He's tried something fancy.
He'd then gone on and won the corner. It would have been a 9. Matteo with a ball inside.
Thank you.
Savic couldn't deal with. Ozil sees a little gap. Aubameyang pulling for it in the middle. Mkhitaryan doesn't find him. Opts to try and go to Ozil, slightly further behind instead. Just gave Lazio's defensive line the opportunity to regroup and pack the ball to safety. Now Ozil's getting in on the act with the tricks. Panos to Mkhitaryan again, back to El Neni. Arsenal now in complete control, it's got to be said, as they look for a third. Will we see any time added on at the end of the second half? We had none added on after the first. Options either side. 1-2 with Aubameyang just over hit.
Yeah, it's a shame. Bayern's got more adventurous, hasn't he? Longer this half has gone along. I think it's been a pretty professional performance from Arsenal. They finished the game very, very strongly. That man set them on their way. Reece Nelson, Aubameyang followed up with a goal in the second half. But yeah, it's been a fairly straightforward, routine victory. No one's been absolutely outstanding, but everybody's played their parts in the win.
Milinkovic-Savic with really good strength there to shrug off Guendouzi. The ball looking for Patrice was not so great though. No chance for the former Barcelona youngster to get to that one. Lovely if Arsenal could finish pre-season with just one more late goal. Ozil to Aubameyang. Under hit to Mkhitaryan. Nice little turn from Bastos. Block from Mkhitaryan, as Adrian Clark said earlier, covering every blade of grass. Thro's not quite made the same impact in this game, has he? But it would be asking a huge amount for him to just keep doing it every single game at this age.
Yeah, it's not easy, and he hasn't been on the pitch for as long as some of the other players, Smith Rowe. You can't be the star of the show every time you play. But no, look, everybody's had a decent enough outing here, and I think they're in good shape for the season.
There is Smith Rowe again looking for Aubameyang just ahead of the Gabon striker. And again, Arsenal have pushed bodies forward. Test of Socrates' defensive capability here. And again, he and Mavropanos cope with the danger well. Arsenal still eyeing one more, maybe. 8-0 win, of course, over Boreham Wood. 5-1 Paris Saint-Germain. Penalty victory against Chelsea. Penalty loss to Atletico Madrid. And it all ends with a 2-0 victory against Lazio. So Unai Emery does not lose a game at all in pre-season inside the regulation 90 minutes.